This is the Ravens Rundown. I'm your host, Joey Petersen. And on today's show, we're going to rank the Ravens options with the number 27 overall pick. You know, having to pick this late means you're going to have a good bit of people to choose from. And it's going to be hard to kind of project who's going to be there. So I'm going to start with projecting who I don't think will be there. Okay? Mike Green, Malaki Starks, Shemar Stewart. I think Mike Green, his stock has risen incredibly over the last couple of weeks. Malaki Starks, I think when it comes down to it, when it gets closer to the draft, this is only a guy that's going to go up and up and up based on his track record and what he was able to show at Georgia. And then Shemar Stewart with how he tested at the combine, with what he was able to do in the 40-yard dash, all his splits, everything. He's going to get selected probably even before 20, so I don't think any of those guys make it to 27. You will not hear me say those names for the rest of today's video. Before we get into my top targets, though, I need you to help me out. I need you to help me get some brownie points because it is Kennedy's and my 1-year wedding anniversary. And so to show her she's the best and that you think it too, like today's video. That's going to earn me some brownie points. I could use it. Thanks so much for telling us congrats by hitting that thumbs up button. Let's start with Nick Emmanwori, the number 1 target option at number 27. And I'm basically ranking these guys on, whose ceilings I think are the highest in the National Football League. And I think Emmanwori is possibly a top 10 talent. Okay, I think if you had his ceiling, if you had his athletic traits, his abilities, and you played any other position other than safety, I think he'd be a top 10 pick. Okay? Because you got to look at what he was able to do at the combine. Look at that RAS score. It is as high as it could possibly go. It is a 10 out of 10. He ran a 4.440. He also jumped 43 inches. He had a broad jump of 11 feet. And in my opinion, he's just a younger version of Kyle Hamilton. Okay? I don't think Kyle Hamilton has near the athleticism that Emmanwori does, but they're both so useful. They both are Swiss Army knives. They both can play kind of anywhere on the field, whether that's free safety, strong safety. They could go up to the line and rush the passer. They could play in the slot. They could play at the nickel. You could put them anywhere. So putting a guy like Nick Emmanwori on the field with Kyle Hamilton would be incredibly dangerous. Name them for me in the comment section down below. Who's your number 1 player that could fall to pick number 27? I said mine's Nick Emmanwori. You let me know yours in the comments section. Number 2, a guy we've talked about a lot on this channel, and a guy who I think has a genuine shot to be a Baltimore Raven, is edge rusher James Pearce Jr., okay? And he's fallen down, I believe, in the past couple of months, past year, honestly, because he didn't have the 2024 that everybody expected him to have, right? But with that 40 time of 4.47, with his size of 6'5", sure, he's not the heaviest guy at 245, but I still believe that he is worth taking a shot on in round 1 at pick number 27. Now, I will admit to you, I saw this in the comment section, and I heavily agree. I am a little bit scared that he's a David Ojabo 2.0. We all remember the scouting reports on Ojabo. We all remember talking about the athleticism of Ojabo when he was coming into the draft. But I think it's different because of the volume of pressures that James Pearce was able to put up in his senior season. He logged 55 of them in 12 games played for Tennessee. And you compare that to Kyle Van Noy in 17 games played, 18 games played for Baltimore with only 47. Now I get it. It's NCAA offensive lines compared to NFL offensive lines. I'm not saying he's going to come in here and be a better pass rusher than Kyle Van Noy. But this team struggled with getting consistent pressure to the quarterback. They struggled with that in the playoffs. It's one of the reasons they weren't able to commit turnovers. It's one of the reasons that the Buffalo Bills were able to do a lot of what they were able to do offensively. And I think James Pearce Jr. comes in, and in year 1, he changes that about this team. He changes that about this defense, okay? Let me know and prove it to me in the comment section. Do you want the Ravens to draft an edge rusher? If so, show me by liking today's video, okay? Hit that thumbs up button if you're like me and you want them to draft a pass rusher. Coming up, we got more draft targets for you. Okay, I give you 3 through 5. Stick around and see who I've got there. But before that, got to talk about Prize Picks, the wonderful sponsor of today's video. And basketball season is well underway, and Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching your favorite players. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Sign up today. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action, so join over 10 million users and sign up today. You think Steph Curry will get more than 5 3-pointers next week? What about Jokic for more than 35 points? Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this basketball season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. Now, say you're not a basketball fan. Say you're more of a football fan. Well, Prize Picks still has you covered there with projections, okay? I got the more on Lamar Jackson, 3,449.5 pass yards. I got the less on Bryce Young, 3,299.5 pass yards as well. So head on over to Prize Picks and download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. The link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, run your game. Let's talk wide receiver, shall we? Okay, I know this team just signed DeAndre Hopkins. I know the wide receiver need is not as big as it was just a week ago, but Matthew Golden is going to be a star in this league. And I think that Golden in the NFL Combine probably ran his way into the top 20 at a 4.29, but I still do think there is a legit possibility he falls to 27, okay? But with his speed and with his statistics and catch radius and everything about him, man, if he's there at 27, I would not waste a second at picking him. I know there's a lot of needs on the defensive side of the ball, but this guy is going to be special. And I know you just got DeAndre Hopkins, but that's a one-year deal. You still need to worry about that position all the way in the future, okay? There's a lot of things I love about Golden. I think he's incredibly clutch. In 2 of their biggest games this year, SEC Championship against Georgia, and then the quarterfinal game against Arizona State, he combined for 15 catches, 311 yards. He's got a very big catch radius for a guy who's not necessarily that big, and he's got unreal speed. That was a 4.38 before the Combine. The Combine officially was a 4.29. This guy can absolutely burn, okay? I really, really like what he's capable of doing, and I get it. I know this team needs to pick a lot of defense, but if Golden's there at 27, I think he's too special to pass up on. What say you? Let me know in the comment section. What round should the Ravens select a wide receiver? Should it be in the 3rd, 4th, 5th maybe now after the Hopkins signing? You let me know in the comment section down below. Let's talk about a guy we haven't talked about a ton. Go blue from producer Jack. How about Kenneth Grant, defensive lineman out of the University of Michigan? And Kenneth Grant had a good season in 2024. It wasn't necessarily, I think, what everybody was kind of hoping for. 32 tackles, only 7 tackles for loss. He did log 3.5 sacks. But I look at this Ravens front 5, okay? And I really, really do like Broderick Washington. I really, really do like Travis Jones. But outside Nnamdi Madubuike, I don't think there's a guy on this interior that I'm incredibly confident in to give me solid reps, either rushing the passer or defending the run on a consistent basis. This group needs depth and it needs talent to pull attention away from Nnamdi Madubuike. Okay? I don't know what the exact number was, but Nnamdi Madubuike faced a double team on an insane amount of snaps this past season. If Kenneth Grant is right next to him on the interior of that defensive line, that doesn't happen near as often in 2025. Let's round this thing out with number 5, cornerback out of the University of Texas. We got another Longhorn in here, Jahdae Barron. Okay, and honestly, this guy might be a little bit higher because if you look at what he did in 16 games, not letting up a touchdown, 16 freaking pass breakups, and allowing a quarterback rating of 33.1. I mean, I think he's going to be so special in 2025. And what he automatically does is he fills that gap that you have at cornerback. Okay? Right now, if you look at this team's cornerback room, you got Nate Wiggins, you're confident in him. You got Marlon Humphrey, you're confident in him. but you got TJ Tampa as a starting cornerback. Now, I know we didn't get to see a ton of Tampa in 2024, but I don't think anybody can look me in the eyes and say they have a ton of confidence in Tampa starting from game one. And honestly, I think Barron is even a step up from Stevens even in year one. If you look back at what Brandon Stevens did against some of the best wide receivers in the game, all you got to do is go home, find your toaster, put a piece of toast in it, and set it for 55 minutes. Because that's what Brandon Stevens was for the entirety of 2024. I think Jahdae Barron could come in year one, game one, fill in his spot, and fill it in even better. Okay? So if you had the number 27 options, all 5 that I just gave you, pick one to draft. Is it Nick Emmanwori, James Pearce, Matthew Golden, Kenneth Grant, or is it Jahdae Barron? Let me know by typing their initials in the comment section down below what you would do. As always, thanks so much for tuning in, for watching every single one of these videos. I really do appreciate it. If you guys have some friends you think would enjoy the channel as well, make sure to send them this link, and make sure to tell them also hit that sub button.